here's some examples, and they're kind of funny in a way when you think about the Trinitarian claim. At Matthew 26, Jesus says, one of you is going to betray me. And then, the disciples are saying, Lord, I am? And really what they're saying, is it me? Lord, is it me? Lord, I am. Lord, ego, eimi. Well, if we try to interpret this expression like Trinitarians do, Yahweh is going to be betraying Jesus. Lord, Yahweh is going to betray Jesus. You see what I mean there? Or when the centurion says, I am, ego, eimi, a man under authority, what's it saying? Yahweh is a man under authority? Is the centurion saying that he is Yahweh and is a man under authority? Because that's the type of thing Trinitarians try to do when Jesus uses this expression. Or when John the Baptist says, I am not the Christ. What's he saying? That he's Yahweh and he's saying, I, Yahweh, am not the Christ? You see what I mean? This is how Trinitarians want you to interpret these words when Jesus says them. But when someone else says them, they don't want you to do that. And you can see the implications here. Yahweh is not the Christ. There goes Trinitarianism down the drain. So you should be able to see here how this expression is used. And it's used to identify yourself. For example, when Jesus is walking on the water and the disciples see him and go, oh, it's a ghost, a spirit or like a phantom walking on the water. And Jesus says to them, take courage, I am, don't be afraid. In other words, take courage, it's me, don't be afraid. He's identifying himself. Or when the Samaritan woman said to him, I know that Messiah is coming, he was called Christ. When that one comes, he will declare all things to us. And Jesus said to her, I am who speaks to you. I am he who speaks to you. Or, in other words, I am the Messiah who is speaking to you. You see how he's not identifying himself as Yahweh here? Did the Samaritan woman fall to the ground? No. And a really interesting one is at John 9:9, where Jesus heals the blind man and he can see now. And so people are talking about him and then they're looking for him. And so they say, is not this the one who used to sit and beg? Some were saying, this is he. Others were saying, no. But he is like him. And the blind men kept saying, I am, ego, eimi. Anybody think he was using a divine name or identifying himself as the God of Israel? No. It was a way you identified yourself. Ego, eimi wasn't unusual language for a first century Greek speaker. And, a lot of these Trinitarian claims, about John 8:58 or John 18:6, they suggestively want you to think that if someone says ego, eimi, or I am, they're using God's divine name, or they're identifying themselves as divine. And you should be able to see here, that's just not the case. And what they're trying to get you to think is that, when Jesus says them, it means that, but when everybody else does, it doesn't. And they have no evidence for this. They're just expecting you to buy that.